Welcome to Echoes of Faith, where stories of hope, resilience, and grace inspire us to find the light in every challenge.
In the next Echoes of Faith series, Unbroken Bonds, 16-year-old Eli struggles with loss and loneliness until a golden retriever named Winston changes everything. Through faith, love, and quiet companionship, Eli begins to heal, discovering that even the deepest wounds can mend through unbroken bonds. Stay tuned for this heartfelt and inspiring story. It had been 3 months since Eli's father died. The once energetic 16-year-old now felt like a shadow of himself. Since losing his father, he had withdrawn from life, avoiding friends, skipping meals, and ignoring his mother's worried glances. He stared at the basketball that sat in the corner of his room. Its once vibrant orange color now seemed dull and lifeless, much like Eli felt inside. He reached out a hand to pick it up, his fingers brushing against the worn leather. Memories flooded back to him, shooting hoops with his dad after school, the laughter and joy that used to fill their backyard. Taking a deep breath, Eli stood up from his bed and grabbed the basketball. With a sense of determination he hadn't felt in months, he headed outside to the backyard court. The sound of the ball bouncing on the pavement echoed in the quiet afternoon air, a sound that used to bring Eli so much happiness. As he started dribbling and shooting, each movement felt awkward and unfamiliar. But with each miss, he could hear his father's voice in his head, encouraging him to keep trying. Tears welled up in Eli's eyes as he realized that even though his father was gone, his presence would always be with him on this court. Yet, it wasn't the same without him. His mother appeared at the edge of the yard, her expression gentle but concerned. She walked closer, her voice soft. "Eli, there's a program at the community center that might be helpful for you. They have therapy dogs and—" "I'm fine, Mom," he snapped. But he wasn't fine, and he knew it. She reached out a hand to gently touch his arm, a silent gesture of understanding and support. "I know you miss him, Eli," she said softly. "I do too. It's okay to not be fine. Think about the therapy dog program. I think it could really help you." After several weeks of coaxing, Eli finally agreed to visit the center, though he doubted it would help. He entered the room filled with chatter and wagging tails, feeling out of place. That's when he saw Winston. Winston, a golden retriever with warm brown eyes that seemed to see right into his soul, approached Eli and sat down at his feet. His tail wagged softly against the floor. Eli paused before gently petting Winston's head. It was the first touch of warmth he had felt in months, and it brought him a sense of comfort and peace. From that day forward, Winston became a steady, silent presence in Eli's life. One afternoon, Eli was brushing Winston's golden fur when his mother arrived at the center and quietly sat beside him on the bench. She watched for a moment before speaking softly. "He really seems to like you." Eli shrugged, but a small smile tugged at his lips. "He doesn't expect anything from me," he replied. "No questions, no pity." His mother reached over and squeezed his hand. "Neither do I, Eli. I just want you to be okay." For the first time in months, Eli felt the urge to believe her words. Each visit to the center chipped away at his wall. The dog didn't ask questions or offer platitudes. He just stayed by Eli's side, his presence a balm to old wounds. Eli began volunteering, brushing Winston's golden fur and helping with other animals. Slowly, the routine gave him a sense of purpose. Yet, no matter how much Winston helped him feel safe, Eli couldn't shake his anger at God. If God was loving, why had he taken Eli's father away? One evening, Eli sat on the porch with Winston, staring at the stars. "Do you think God even listens?" he whispered. Winston nudged his hand as if to say yes. The sky was a deep navy, adorned with shimmering stars that seemed to twinkle in response to Eli's inquisitive stare. In the faraway distance, the moon presented itself as a delicate silver crescent, casting a soft radiance over the backyard. Just when Eli started to feel optimistic again, life presented another challenge. Winston fell ill and became lethargic, refusing to eat. Desperate to help his beloved pet, Eli stayed by his side, gently stroking his fur and struggling to hold back tears. "Don't leave me too," he pleaded. Tears streamed down Eli's face as he dropped to his knees, his hands clasped in front of him in an expression of desperation. His eyes were red and puffy, his gaze fixed on the trembling form of his sick dog. For the first time in a long time, he prayed, "God, I don't know if you hear me, but if you do, please don't take him away. I can't lose him too." The weight of desperation and raw emotion bore down on Eli's bowed frame as he pleaded with a higher power. The stars above seemed to hold their breath in anticipation, waiting for a response to his heartfelt prayer. As the days passed, Winston began to recover, his tail wagging weakly at first, then with growing strength. Eli couldn't explain it, but he felt peace, like someone had been listening all along. Eli's bond with Winston had transformed him. He began sharing his story with others at the center, offering hope to kids who felt lost, like he once had. Through volunteering, mentoring, and helping care for animals, Eli found purpose again. He even joined a community basketball league, rediscovering his passion for the game. With each practice, his confidence grew, and he felt his father's presence in every shot he took. One evening, after winning his first game, Eli sat in the backyard with Winston under the stars. "We did it, boy," he said, rubbing Winston's ears. "Dad would be proud." Winston wagged his tail as if he understood, and Eli let the tears fall. Not from sadness this time, but from gratitude. In the quiet of the backyard, Eli knelt down and hugged Winston tightly, whispering, "Thank you for showing me how to hope again." As he looked up at the sky, Eli felt the weight he had carried for so long, finally lifting, replaced by a quiet faith that he was no longer alone.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, no matter what fires we face, faith will always carry us through. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to leave a comment. Subscribe for more stories that inspire and uplift. This is Echoes of Faith, where every story brings hope. If today's story moved you, be sure to discover more heartfelt journeys in the Echoes of Faith series and uplift your spirit. Don't miss out on the next chapter. There's always more to uncover.